Hey guys, I hope this 6 minutes from a religious liberty and current events message I did recently is thought-provoking. And at the end of this, I want you to post in the comments, do you agree that we should stop calling this movement Christian nationalism? Start referring to it as so-called Christian nationalism. Take a look. Tell me what you think.
So, Christian nationalism. When somebody, okay, let's start with in prophecy. What is the second beast of Bible prophecy? United States, and it is a lamb-like beast, right? It's lamb. What is a beast in Bible prophecy? Daniel 7, verse 24. A beast is a nation, okay? What does the lamb represent? Jesus. So, a lamb-like beast, the lamb represents Christ, the beast represents a nation. A lamb-like beast is a Christian nation. Now, be careful with that. What do we mean by that? Yeah. You gotta get the definition of Christian nation right. Christian nation. Let me ask you, what does it mean to be a Christian? It means to be Christ-like, to follow Jesus' teachings. One of his teachings is, you have heard that, it's not you have heard. You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them. This is Matthew 20 verses 22, I think, or 22 verse 20. You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their high officials exercise authority over them, but not so with you. So if you are a Christian, as an individual or as a nation, you will be one that doesn't lord it over your fellow man, right? So a Christian nation, biblically defined, would be the one that the earth helps the woman. It opens itself up as a refuge for the oppressed. It doesn't oppress. So the nation prophesied in Revelation 13, which is the lamb-like beast, we know is America. It's lamb-like. It's a Christian nation that is tolerant of religious viewpoints, not oppressive. It is Christian in the sense that, at least constitutionally, I'm not saying that's what's going on in practice, but constitutionally we were founded as a nation that respects liberty of conscience, right? Could that not appropriately and biblically be defined as a Christian nation? How about this? The Vatican. Is that a Christian nation? It is a nation that uses coercion. Okay. It is not a Christian nation. It is Antichrist. So when I hear Christian nationalism thrown around these days as a slanderous term, I want to vindicate the name of Christ. I'm like, wait a minute, you just used the word Christian. I want to protect that word. When people say to me, oh, Christianity, this most wicked of entities in history in the Dark Ages and oppressive and intolerant and genocide and crusades and inquisitions, I go, you're talking about Antichrist. Biblically, what you described is called Antichrist and of the devil. So I don't like when people say Christianity is all these dark and bad things. I'm not going to own that. I'm going to correct the record on that. So I always say to the brother who says that to me, or the agnostic, I say, now hold on, I'm with you. All of those things were terribly evil. But I take issue with calling it Christianity. Because biblically, that is counterfeit Christianity. The Bible calls it Antichrist. Same thing with Christian nationalism. If there is a thought trend out there that is, we must impose through the dominion God gave to us worship on the land, and people must have Sabbath laws and these kind of things. That's an idea that's out there. It's been out there for many decades. And it wasn't called Christian nationalism. When I wrote my book, it was called Christian Reconstructionism, and it was called Dominion Theology. Today, they're calling it Christian nationalism. But I don't like that term because it's taking the name of my Lord Jesus Christ in Christian, and we're going to oppose it? Now, how is that rhetorically to our evangelical brothers and sisters, right? Come, join us, and stand against something we call Christian. Stand against Christian nationalism with us. But wait, aren't we Christian? It's confusing, isn't it? So we should call it maybe counterfeit Christian nationalism. We should call it anti-Christian nationalism because it's taking a page out of the Antichrist. And by it, I mean those ideas that are saying impose religion, impose the first 4 commandments on people. I'm hearing some amens. I'm hearing that some people are jiving with me. We have to define our terms is really what I'm getting at here. You got to define it. So I want to take that name back and harness it for Bible prophecy and the glory of God. That a truly Christian nation is one that doesn't use coercion to mandate people's conscience. That's a really actually Christian nation, a lamb-like nation where the earth helped out the woman in Revelation 12. But what's masquerading these days as Christian nationalism, and many of our religious liberty people are like, Christian nationalism is bad. Christian nationalism is bad. They're correct that it's bad, But we should not let it be called Christian anything. But what it is basically we divide the commandments and recognize the division between the first 4 and the last 6. The first table and the second table. This is what I was saying earlier from Roger Williams. We say, more power to you. Protect all life under the 6th commandment. Deal with marriage contracts in a beautiful and human way, not in the perverse ways of today. Marriage contract, adultery, etc. No stealing, no looting, right? Order in society is established through those last 6 commandments. But the first 4, the government has no business respecting establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. These guys, under whatever name they call themselves, I called it dominion theology for years. These guys say, no, it's all 10. And yes, we can't technically compel the conscience, but we can create the circumstances in society where they will be more likely to make good choices, and those circumstances are through Sabbath laws. I was literally just listening to a book today on the drive here called The Case for Christian Nationalism by Wolf. And he says Sabbath laws are just laws because they create the circumstances where people can choose to keep the Sabbath, meaning Sunday. So anyway, that's the Christian nationalism spiel.
What do you think? Should we stop saying Christian nationalism and start saying so-called Christian nationalism? Yes or no? Post in the comments.